Alright, 8th graders, we are going to be continuing to do the substitution method. Today, you will have to actually follow all the steps. Finally, I know we've been working all week on this. So remember, we have to use the substitution method to solve systems of equations by substituting equations within one another. So today we are indeed going to have to solve one equation for either x or y. Then we have to substitute that into the next equation to solve for that particular, the other variable, and then we would substitute our answer into the revised equation that we made from step 1 to solve for the second variable. Alright, as with everything, it's easier to see it once we're actually doing it. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have two equations, 2x plus y equals -2, and 5x plus 3y equals -8. So I have to solve one of these, and I notice that there's a y here by itself, so the only thing I'm going to have to do to solve for y is subtract 2x from both sides. So I would end up with y equals -2x minus 2 when I changed that one here. Now I'm going to substitute this in for y in the second equation. So I have 5x plus 3, open parenthesis, -2x minus 2 equals -8. So this is going to tell us what x equals when these two lines intersect. So first I have to distribute. So I have -6x, -6 equals -8. Don't forget to bring down this 5x. Now I'm combining like terms, so I have a -x minus 6 equals -8. So now I have a two-step equation, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. -x equals -2. So we want what positive x equals, so I have to divide both sides by -1. So I have x equals 2. Okay? So now I have one part of our ordered pair. I'm going to put this 2 back into this equation because we want to know what y equals when x equals 2, because that is the point that they intersect. So y equals -4 minus 2 equals -6. So we have the point 2, -6. Alright, so next system, 2x minus 3y equals -11, and 2x plus y equals 9. So I'm looking at these two equations to see which one would be easier to rearrange to get y equals, and I notice y here is by itself, so all I'm going to have to do again is subtract 2x from both sides. So this would give me y equals -2x plus 9. So then I'm going to substitute that in for y in my other equation. So I have 2x minus 3, open parenthesis, -2x plus 9, because that's what y equals when they intersect, equals -11. So now I'm distributing. A negative and a negative is going to give me a positive. A negative and a positive is going to give me a negative. bringing down that 2x, combining like terms, adding to get rid of the constant, dividing to get rid of the coefficient. So I have x equals 2. So then I'm going to put this back into my rearranged first equation. So my first point is 2 again, like it was the first problem. And then when I put it in, I have y equals -2, open parentheses, so I can insert my 2, plus 9. So I have -4 plus 9, which equals 5. So I have the point 2, 5 here for this second system. Call this number 2. Okay. Let's look at a few more. I want you to try this one on your own. So my system is x plus 5y equals 4 and 3x plus 15. Oh wait, let's call, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. 15y equals -1. So, first you got to find what x equals or what y equals. So I noticed that x is by itself here, so the only thing I would have to do is move this over by subtracting 5y from both sides. So I would end up with x equals -5y plus 4. So I'm going to substitute this in for x. Make sure you're paying attention to what you're inserting it into. I'm opening my parentheses to put in -5y plus 4. And then I'm going to solve for y in this multi-step equation. So I have to distribute. I'm going to have to combine like terms. 3 times -5 is -15y plus 12 plus 15y equals -1. Alright, now here's what happens. These cancel out, right? 15 minus 15. So this is going to say 12 equals -1. But it doesn't. It does not equal -1. So there is no solution because these are parallel lines. Crazy, right? Very, very interesting. We would have seen that they are parallel lines if they were written in slope-intercept form, because we would have seen their slope, right? Alright. Let's try another one. Throwing in all the tricky ones today. 6x plus 3y equals 54. And 2x plus y equals 18. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this 2x over here. I feel like I've subtracted 2x a ton. So I have y equals -2x plus 18. Now that's what I'm going to substitute in for y. So I have 6x plus 3, open parenthesis, -2x plus 18, close parenthesis, and that all equals 54. So once again, I'm distributing. Hopefully you've gotten really good at distributing and combining like terms and solving these equations. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 1 plus 2 So 6x minus 6x that goes away. So now I have 54 equals 54, which is true, which means there are an infinite number of solutions to this because they are the same line. Crazy. All right. So those are two very specific examples. When you end up with something that doesn't equal something, you have no solution because they're parallel lines. When you end up with something that is true and equals something, just numbers, then you have the same line because there's an infinite number of solutions. Okay, you could pick any point on those two lines and it would work. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. Remember to rearrange to get it to be x equals or y equals. Substitute, solve for one, then put that back in and to solve for the other to get your other variable. All right. Have a fantastic Thursday.